Hello. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Wardcast, your weekly source for video game news, machinima, and survival horror discussion, updates on the ward, and more. I'm your host, Sean Clark, alongside Jazz Rich.
Definitely not trying not to choke on a piece of chicken that I scarfed down during the intro.
Alec Funnel.
I like to ride pandas. It's become a problem. Last week I went to the zoo and got on a panda and everyone bambooed me.
And Carmen de la Cruz.
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana?
Wait. Before you continue, Alec.
How do you bamboo somebody? Like what even is
You
that?
hit him with a piece of bamboo real hard.
Yeah.
I promise he can verb any noun as long as it's in English.
No, you can't.
I mean, you don't understand English, so...
Oh, wow. It's true. It's a true story.
Only when English people speak it.
Yeah, of course. Some big things going
I'm
on
American.
this week. Well, okay.
Exactly.
Firstly, apparently TikTok is finally officially dead as of tomorrow. Kind of a massive cultural event. It saddens me to say that that's a thing. But yeah, I never liked TikTok, but you can't really deny its cultural impact. It was kind of a big deal for a long time. So
just look at all the kids that TikTok raised instead of the parents.
Yeah.
And
what are they going to do?
A lot of the ones that it killed because of the stupid challenges.
What are they going to do? Yeah.
I am a
eat
big
your
supporter of
Tide
TikTok.
Pod. Yeah.
Who's going to eat the Tide Pods now?
Yeah, now you have to
Nobody's
eat them
gonna
for
know.
fun. You're not going to get the views anymore.
Also,
they'll do it on YouTube. It's
because of TikTok, there was a challenge, and my roommate tried to get me to do it, and only later I found out it was apparently a challenge that makes you just vomit endlessly. And I was like, "Wow!" She tried to get me to do that.
Was it cinnamon or nutmeg? One
It
of them
was
like
banana and Sprite. So, like, fuck TikTok. TikTok is like literally tried to had people like make other people die or worse, vomit. So
I mean, to be fair, TikTok didn't really do that. Stupid people did that. Like, there's always going to be something. Like before TikTok, there was Vine. Now there's going to be TikTok, and now there's going to be something else. There's always something.
I got a TikTok right up there on my wall. Tells me the time.
I just hope those people don't like go over to YouTube and make YouTube worse, because YouTube has enough problems as it is. We don't need those people too.
They're gonna call it TikTok.
Listen,
anything can get worse.
Yeah,
I am a big supporter of TikTok, and I've gone over to Red Note.
I don't know what that is.
That's an actual Chinese app.
Oh,
it's like a combination.
And I use
TikTok.
Just kidding.
Yeah. Now I'm what?
Anyway,
what are we going to talk about today, Sean?
Anywho, we also have a noticeable death. Unfortunately, David Lynch passed away at 78. He was the creator of Twin Peaks, among other things. But that IP specifically was pretty impactful on multimedia in general. Like lots of movies were influenced by what he did. A lot of video games were influenced by that. You have like Alan Wake, Deadly Premonition, Persona 4. There's a shit ton of things that were inspired by his work. So he was kind of a industry icon. So it's kind of sad to see him go.
So much of an icon, he fucking died.
It's going to happen to us all eventually. It's just a matter of time.
So.
Less now because TikTok is dead.
Wow. Well, that just kills you on the inside. It's different.
The real challenge is surviving.
There you go. And then in news this week, Nintendo has finally announced the Switch 2. We're also talking about a new open world RPG, Blood of the Dawnwalker, Halo going multi-platform soon, and we get a look at the Until Dawn movie. After that, Jazz has a game trailer segment. Then it's the Machinima Showcase. At the back end of the podcast, we have 2 games, Rudely Interrupted and Fucking NPCs. Then we'll wrap up as usual with Read Your Comments. There you go. That's the plan of action. But before we get into that, it's time for our week's hello. How was your week?
Hello.
Jazz, hello.
Me.
All right, great.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember because it was a little bit of a blur. A blur.
Oh no, the blur.
A blur. What the fuck did I do this week? I mean, I worked between working like actual work and like campaign building for D&D. My brain has just been everywhere. I didn't put as much time on D&D as I wanted because I was putting out a lot of fires at work, not actual fires.
Alec just turned into me.
How you guys do have the same like mustache and beard shape.
He had my picture for a second. There you go. Good job.
I fixed it.
He's just doing it for attention. That's what I do. And yeah, it was I don't know if you guys like are aware of what SharePoint, like the whole SharePoint thing, but we're being forced to like switch everything to SharePoint, and so like two of us on our team are the ones who are like learning more so that we can help everybody. So I'm one of those. So I've been spending a lot this week just like trying to get everybody set up, which is fun. But it takes a lot of like I gotta know things, so I gotta remind myself how to do shit. But work has been pretty busy. But yay, learning is fun. And other than that, just come home and find out that the internet last Saturday, the guy came and did a whole bunch of stuff, and my internet is finally fixed.
Yay!
Good. And then yesterday had the worst fucking day ever. It was already a bad day because the 17th is not a good day for me on January ever. Just like brings back a lot of shit. So it started off like and then it was just like downhill from there. The internet kept crashing. So it turns out it's not fixed after that. So we're back to fucking square one. And I'm just like, I'm so done at this point with it. But on top of that, it should be good for the podcast because it crashed. It went out at about I want to say 2 hours ago, and usually it's good for like a while after that. Next thing you know, I'm like, hello, hello. The what was it? Oh yeah, internet sucks, but conveniently I've been playing. Sean, please move, so I don't think I lagged out. You're just like.
Sean's
Shake my monitor. Stuttering. Shake my monitor to make you move.
Well,
that's not working. It's not etch and sketch.
What?
I don't know. I've been playing a lot of Police Simulator. I'm like hooked on that game, and it's just so much fun, and it gets more and more fun. I played it a little bit with Shayla. I don't know if she enjoyed it as much as I did, but the first thing we did is just run out of the police station. I was wearing a beaver hat, and she was yelling at me for wearing a beaver hat. And then she pulled a gun on a random civilian. And we lost points for that. And I'm like, I told the civilian, like, it's okay, you can go. Have a nice day. And they're like, okay, bye. So we were just being goofs. But I don't think she enjoyed it as much as I did. But it is still a lot of fun. And it's cool that it works well online too. But yeah, I spent a lot of time playing that. And I did play a new game. I played it this morning, just a little bit though, but I played Killer Frequency. It's one of the free games on PlayStation. It's a horror comedy game. And basically like you're this like, well, your character like is the DJ for a radio channel. It's like in the 80s, and you're a radio DJ, but you're like used to be like big in like Chicago, but you're like washed up. So now you're in this like shitty little town. And there's like a serial killer from the 70s or from the 50s who like somehow is back. And people were like the 911 caller calls you and she's like, it's like the sheriff's dead and I'm saving the deputy and I'm going to go. Like all the 911 calls come to your station. So you have to deal with them. And so like people call you and like it's first person and you're like interacting with the buttons. Like you have to put like a disc, like a record in to play music, and you have to put cassettes in. And when the calls come in, like some of them are like, oh, they're trapped in like one girl has to like jumpstart her car because she doesn't have her keys and the killer is like looking for her outside. And so you have to go like to the mechanic station because there's mechanics at the radio station. They're not there because it's overnight. So you have to go like find the book on how to jumpstart a car, and then you have to like look like, okay, if the SIN number or if the social number on the car is this, like it's kind of like little puzzles. And I had to write them down because there's no way I'd remember. And then you have to like guide them through the puzzles on the radio station with like the prompts of the chat to tell them like how to do it. And if you don't choose the right prompt, you like the killer comes and kills them and you failed. And then they're dead. Like you don't restart. Like, they're dead. So far I've like saved 2 people and killed 1 because I accidentally told them to go somewhere that the killer went. So it's pretty cool. It's just you and like your producer in the booth, and you're just there like all night taking 911 calls and radio calls. So it's a cool little game. I recommend it. Killer Frequency. It's also on Steam. I was interested in it on Steam, but then I saw it was free on PSN, and I was like, okay, well, then this way I get to try it.
Can you lead people to their death on purpose and like not like lose the mission?
Yeah, you could totally like you could tell the guy, or you could give them the wrong prompts. If you know the right prompts and you're like, no, but this one's clearly going to get them killed. You could be like, yeah, do that. And then you'll hear them die and you'll be like, oh, that sucks. You can give like really stupid, like at one point this girl's just like, oh help, I'm in the woods and some guy, and I just like turn the music back up and like you can't hear her talking, and I'm like, so it's like you can do whatever you want. Like the guy's like telling me about like the killer and like he killed like this many people, and I hit like the laugh track button, so you hear like ha ha ha, like the audience. So like you can have fun with the buttons while the people are talking, and it's a lot of fun. It's just it's definitely like horror comedy more than horror. I recommend it just to try it. I mean, it's free, so
if
you
it's
gotta
free,
lose.
I'm gonna get it if it's free
in the catalog. So it depends what tier you have. And I also went back to playing a little bit of it's this restaurant game that I was playing.
Happy
Humble's Burger Farm. It's this game that I played like a while ago. That one's like another one of those like jump scare, spooky, not horror, but like games. You're like you have to do people's orders and stuff, and if you fuck up, like these dudes show up and they'll kill you. You have to like give them like rotten burgers to make them go away, and you have to do your shift and not fuck up the burgers. But there's like all these things that happen. It's a fun game. I played it before on PS4, and then I reinstalled it on my PS5, and I've been playing it again. So, and yeah, I was digging around in my DVD shelves, and I started, but I was really tired, so I didn't finish it. I'll finish it. Turns out I forgot that I had the live action Blood Last Vampire movie. I used to watch that anime, and I really liked it, and then I forgot that I bought the live action. And I don't remember if I liked it or not, but I didn't watch enough of it to like know if I remember. So I will have to watch this and let you guys know. But have you guys ever seen this anime? For you anime watchers?
I've seen the anime and the movie. I used to have both.
Did you like it?
Mm-hmm. I liked it a lot. Well, I liked the show a lot. The movie was okay, if I remember. I haven't seen it in a long time.
I think I liked it.
Familiar.
I just remember the vampire. I remember this like super pale vampire kid being like wanting to go to the nurse's office because she's like, I'm anemic, and then she's like, like, and her, yeah, I don't remember the movie at all, so I need to start it over again when I'm awake and watch it. But I forgot I owned it, so I was like, well, that's random. All right. So yeah, that was my long ass week apparently. Let's go, Carmen.
Yay! My week's been good. Haven't done too much. I did play more Paranormal Activity with Heart's Mirror, and I did download. So I know I know literally no one cares, but I love that Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir show. I absolutely love it. You cannot convince me to ever have even an ounce of hate for it. Not any real hate. It's great. Point is that the games, which are absolutely terrible, or they have mixed reviews on Steam, right? And they're designed really simplistically and really like they're kind of shit games, but I wanted them so much, okay? And they were $50 each, okay? So I almost bought the second game today on Steam because it's half off right now for $25, down from $50 for the base package. But then something told me to go onto PlayStation, and I went onto PlayStation and discovered that the first game was on sale 80% off for $10. And I mean it's good for $10, right? Or it's doable for $10. So I got the $10 I got the Miraculous Rise of the Sphinx on PlayStation 4, and I'm very happy with it. I had downloaded the demo about a month or 2 months ago, and I had played my way through the demo, and they do it timed, so you can't just keep playing the demo over and over and over again. You play as much as you can for the first 2 hours, and then it's done. So now I have the whole game unlocked. It's wonderful in the sense that I like it, not that it's actually wonderful. And that's about it. I have a whole watch list of things I want to watch. I have a whole playlist of things I need to play, but basically I've just been doing the same. Watched more Buffy, more Angel. I started to watch Star Trek Lower Decks again. Some more of that. And let's see. I think that is it. I feel like I watched something new, but I cannot remember what it was. And also TikTok is dying, and I'm very sad, and I'm on Red Note, which is an experience. I think I'm going to start learning Mandarin now. But I had just started to get the hang of learning a little tiny bit of French, and now I'm going to be switching to Mandarin, or I'll be doing both. It'll be fine. And I have macarons. Show and tell, just macarons, and that's about it. That's all I got. So I wanna start playing some games with the peeps, some more games. But I that's it. I have not been around much, even though I said I would. Alec.
Hi.
How was your week?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to ask me something.
Wow. It's his first day.
Yeah. Played Lethal Company with Sean, Jazz, Heather, and Diz. Finished all Brooklyn Nine-Nine again. I watched Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Why?
Yeah, I don't.
Which number is that? Which number is that?
I don't know. It was like, I remember the end scene saying like Puss is gonna go see some friends, and then on his boat you can see far, far away in the background. So it's just like, oh, okay, so I guess they're gonna do another Shrek, which I think someone said they are. So yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Because money, merchandising.
It was on at work, and I just ended up watching it. There's fuck all else to do. So yeah, that's my excuse. Didn't do anything else because I've been working a lot this week, and it's just like, so yeah. That was my week. Sean, how was your week?
My week was okay. This week I played The Lethal Company with the peeps. Deception for Blood Ties and Mad Max. I'm thinking about making a Mad Max machinima maybe because like not only does it have like really cool cutscenes that I could probably make fun of, but the game has like a lot of flexibility in the gameplay where like just the way the combat is and like driving around and stuff like that. I feel like I could manipulate the engine to do a lot of kind of silly things. But like the real reason that kind of sparked me to want to do a machinima with it is it has this like this video mode where it's I've never seen a game have anything like this before, but you can go into like your photo mode and there's like a toggle where you can go into like cinematic or video mode, and it gets rid of like all the HUD is gone, like all the gamification stuff, like all the indicators and highlights, and like usually when you look at an item, it'll have like a little thing over it that says like you can interact with it or whatever. And like the combat system, like buttons will prompt to like tell you, oh, you can parry or you can do this or you can do that. Like all of that's removed completely, so it completely makes it like completely clean, which is really really cool. And like not only is that a cool thing to just have to like kind of play around with because it makes the game like way more challenging to do and just to kind of like immerse yourself in the experience that way because there's not all these like gamey like elements in it, which is neat. But just like having that makes it like really appealing to make a machinima with. And not only that, but you can also use like you can zoom in and out with the camera. You can it has this mode where you can use a second controller and completely manipulate the camera freely like in real time, which is really cool. So like you could have somebody like driving a car and the other person could be controlling the camera and just kind of following and like doing a pan around and like doing a 360 kind of zoom and stuff like that. So you can literally have like a cameraman, which is really cool. But yeah, it just has a really a lot of really neat elements that I wanted to kind of play around with. But I don't know. We'll see if I'll get to it. I'd like to, but I don't need to be adding more more projects to the backlog. But I don't know. I just wanted to play around with it and make something out of it. And it's not a very long game in terms of like the story, so I could probably make like a I don't know like a one-off kind of quick machinima kind of thing with it instead of like a whole series.
Maybe a machinima challenge. It's been a
That
while
one
since
would
we've done one.
be super elaborate, and you guys don't have that game.
Well, we didn't all have the games from the machinima challenge. We just got a clip and sent it to everyone.
Well, I mean that kind of defeat the purpose. The whole reason I want to make a machinima with that is because they're a
Cinematic.
whistle. Is yeah, I just wanted to mess around with like all the features and stuff like that. So it would be way more in depth for me to get what I want out of it. So to kind of just do like a little kind of machinima challenge thing, I don't know if that would really be the way to do it. Um, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And then with that in mind, it kind of poked me to go and look through the footage that I have in terms of like machinima and stuff like that because I've been recording footage for like several projects. Stop it. um, for just different machinimas that I want to make and stuff like that. If I play a game and the mood hits me, like I'll go back and play through it again and I'll capture a bunch of footage so that I can make a machinima or something with it later. And I did that with Onimusha, and I don't know why, but like half the footage, I don't know if it got corrupted or what happened, but it's like it runs at like 2 frames a second or something like that. It looks like literally like still images, like a slideshow. It's I don't know why the fuck it did that. And it only parts of it like I think I had like maybe 10 videos that I recorded in total, and like there'd be one full video, like an hour of gameplay or something like that. No problem. Everything looked great. And then the next one was fucked. And then the next one was fucked. And then the next one was fine. And then the next one was fucked. Like, I don't understand. Like, why was it working sometimes and then not other times? Like, it's not like I changed anything. So I don't know. It's very, first off, it's making me cancel the Onimusha Machinima because I'm not going to go back through and get all that footage. So, but what's more concerning is the fact that like I don't know why it's doing that. So next time I go to record something, like I don't know if this is going to be a problem or I don't know.
How long
It's
ago
very
did you record
concerning. It was recent, maybe a month ago at most.
Might want to
So
do a trial with a easy
Yeah,
game, then
you. Yeah, I was gonna say that, but yeah, on something you don't care about. You know, when you're just dicking around, just
Well, like
playing whatever
Village.
casual.
well, maybe that'll give me an excuse to mess around with Mad Max a little bit or something. But
All
I don't
copy,
know.
or as Giles has pointed
Hey,
out.
there you go. But yeah, that was it. Hopefully it doesn't become a problem in the future. But yeah, I need to play around and figure out what's going on. But yeah, so that was my week. I don't have a show and tell this week, which means it's news time. Whoa.
I was just singing along.
Oop. Well, that was weird. What was that? Did you
I've
see
been
that?
looking forward
Pick
to
a
this.
side.
That looked weird. Anyways, it's like a glitch there for a second. But yeah, the Switch 2 has been announced. Finally. So I've been getting tired of hearing about all these damn rumors going on that I just wanted it to fucking be announced so we could stop. And that day has come. Nintendo's next system looks more like a pro version of the Switch rather than a full-fledged next generation console, which is weird. This is the first time I think that Nintendo's ever done something like that. Nintendo's always been like the kind of reinvent the wheel every time. They always try to do something weird or quirky, except for maybe the Wii U. I guess they kind of did that a little bit, and we all know how that went. But yeah, so there's several quality of life improvements along with a sleeker, less toy looking design, which is kind of interesting. They made it look like it's more like a Steam Deck or like one of those portable PC game console thingies. So I wonder if there's anything to that. Like, did they just decide to do that for shits and giggles, or I wonder if they're going to be targeting a more like adult audience this time around instead of kids. I wonder. The console screen and controller have all been increased in size. The new Joy-Con doesn't look to just be larger, though. It's implied that it can be used to function like a mouse, which is really weird. It connects magnetically instead of sliding to attach to the screen, and the right controller has a new button. Yay, more buttons. Switch 2 also has 2 USB-C ports instead of 1. I guess that's something that people have been asking for, so they did that. And it will be backwards compatible with physical and digital Switch games, which is always nice to see. And there is a trailer that they posted to announce the system, and we'll take a look at that. Exciting. Oh, look out. Yeah, see, like right there.
Sound?
I think it takes a minute to get to the sound. But yeah, like right there, the color scheme and the design, like it seems kind of kiddie, you know, it looks like a typical Nintendo kind of thing.
Oh, that's the 2?
That's the original. So they're kind of doing a little like transitional thing here.
Look how bigger it's gotten.
Which is this?
And I guess that's worth noting too, is like the port, the USB-C port is on the top. So I guess there's one at the top and the bottom, which I guess was another issue. I still haven't touched mine, so like I don't really know like what the struggles with it were, but apparently like wherever they put the USB-C port was like a problem. So people are pretty happy that they put another one on there.
That's gonna break.
Oh yeah. Look, it can bounce.
thanks, I guess.
So yeah, it's the same thing, just a little bit bigger with a couple of upgrades, which is fine. But I'm a little disappointed too, especially because like right now there's so many options in terms of like a portable, like the Steam Deck, or like there's a bunch of computer makers that make their version of like a portable PC gaming machine. So like there's so many options out there for something like this at this point. Like when the Switch came out, like it was really innovative, and like there wasn't a ton of different options in terms of like mobile consoles that you can also play at home or whatever. But like now it's kind of standardized. So I feel like it would have been a good time now for Nintendo to kind of look into doing something a little bit more innovative and different. But they didn't do that. So I guess it's fine. What do you guys think?
For
I
me,
don't.
I just hope that it has a chat feature on it, so then when you're playing online with friends, you can just go and go. But
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a rumor or if it was confirmed, but I heard rumblings about it having its own like app that's basically like Discord.
yeah, I've looked into that and
So,
that's shite.
oh, okay, it was probably just a rumor. Yeah, I don't know. I hope they do something. I mean, all they really need to do is have Discord integration, and boom, you're done. Like it shouldn't be that difficult to do, but
Do we know
Nintendo's weird
anything
about that.
Do we know anything about the new buttons? What are the buttons for? Are they just
They only added one new button, which I mean, it could do anything. It could be used for chat. It could be used to. Did the first one have any button to like record media, like to capture or stream gameplay? It already did.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh yeah, I don't know. I
Yeah,
wonder.
but it only let you record the last like 5 seconds or something.
yeah.
It would be cool if
Weird.
it gave you like it let you record more, and if it gave you the option to stream, that would be awesome.
Mm.
Hmm. But I mean,
But
they
they
could
have
still use the
because
same button for that, so they wouldn't really need a new button to do that.
because
Hmm.
I was thinking about it the other day. It's just like, yeah, the Nintendo Switch 2 is out or going to be, and I'm just like, but there's no incentive to play the Switch 2 or get the Switch 2 unless I know that we can do the chat thing or something. That's the only reason why I probably think of getting the Switch 2.
For now.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be games that you're not going to be able to play on the Switch One. Like after the release window or whatever, you're going to start to see exclusive Switch 2 games. That's going to be the main reason.
They're gonna release like a next big Zelda title that's gonna be exclusive to the Switch 2, and that's how they're gonna get people.
Yeah, what they usually do with Zelda is they'll do like a cross generation one that'll be released on both, and the one after that'll be exclusive to the new hardware. So they'll probably do something like that.
Or like a Smash or Mario Party or
Mhm.
Mario Kart, like one that's gonna be just on that one.
Yeah. But it's a little disappointing because like usually Nintendo, like there's always been a reason to upgrade to the new hardware because it's so different. But now they're just kind of like everybody else where it's just like, do I really need it? Like it makes sense to buy the Switch too if you don't have a Switch. But if you already have a Switch, like it doesn't seem like there's a huge incentive other than like down the road there's going to be exclusive games.
I think
So
they missed a chance to really advertise it because, like, with that trailer, it's just advertised the Switch 2. It didn't say what specs it was or what it can do, what's new about it. It's just like,
mhm.
it's bigger, slightly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that trailer was literally like, here's all we did. They even put like this stupid sound effects.
Yeah, I think
Like
it
the
is
Switch ate a
confirmed.
mushroom.
I think it's confirmed to be more powerful, but yeah, they didn't specify what that really means. So
More storage, please.
Mm.
that's not going
Actually,
to happen. That's
actually, I've
something
had
that
no
never
issues
goes
with
up.
storage so far. I still like don't have a little like SD card or whatever.
Mhm. If
So
they
far.
increase the storage, they can't sell you the expansions. Like it's bad business.
I wonder how much they're going to charge for this Switch 2.
That's a really good question. What was the first one? Did it launch at 300 or
Something
was it
like that.
4? I can't remember.
Right now here it's costing about $500 if you want to get the Switch with Mario Kart and with the year of online with expansion.
I'm gonna
That's a little.
guess 20% more. Just a wild guess. 20%.
Well, I'm just curious because like after the whole PS5 Pro thing and how much that cost, like I wonder, like in the shadow of that, like what's going to happen here? Is this also going to try to do something crazy? Like, hey, it's $600, get fucked.
Well,
I hope not.
At least it can say it will play physical previous like Switch and Switch 2 games. So that's one point to it. It's like, still physical. Don't know how much, but yeah.
Sorry, I lied. The OLED Switch. Well, that's with neon red and blue Joy-Cons is $450.
Neon, help!
Oh my god, the Zelda one that I got that doesn't even come with the game, just the Zelda Switch with the controllers, is right now like $620 on Amazon.
Why?
I got it for like $300. It was on sale. Because they mark it up so that when it's on sale, it looks like a good sale.
Yeah, I think right now over here the OLED is going for I think $350 or something like that, right around there.
$276 at Walmart.
Do you want a really?
That's probably like
fun...
a bundle with Nintendo Online or whatever, though.
Can I tell you a fun Switch story?
Yeah.
Beth's aunt, she was so proud because she said she got one for just like $100 at like the drugstore here, and it was like the bundle with Mario Kart, and I was like, nah, and she's like, yeah, it was, and I'm like, no, I don't think you got the right thing. She was like so adamant that she did, and I'm just like, okay, I gotta go. It's not that I want to prove her wrong, it's just that I want her to know it, with enough time to return it, that's not what she bought. So she bought, it's the Mario Kart, like you can put, it allows you, it's like a remote control car, so that when you're playing with your Switch, like you can control the car around your house, and you can, it's like with the little panels that you can build a little racetrack in your house. So there's no Switch, there's no Mario Kart, there's nothing but a little remote control car and walls. And I was like, so you got nothing that you wanted, and she was so mad, and I was like, read the box, it straight up tells you what it contains. So
I think that I think that actually ran off of the there was like an app for it, and I think they shut that down, so technically I don't even think you can use it anymore. Surprise.
Even worse. But we were literally talking about like her mom's like Noreen, she bought a Switch, but she returned it. She's like, she really wanted a Switch to play Zelda, and she's like, do I want to justify spending like $400 and blah 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 blah? And I'm like, it's up to you and everything. So like, why did her daughter think that like, oh, I got one for just $100? And I'm like, no, you didn't. Like,
yeah, you always have to question that. It's like if it seems like it's too good to be true, it probably is.
Brand
so, like,
new from
double
the store.
Check.
Like, I'm special because I walked into Walmart and got one for just $100. I'm like, no, you're not. You're stupid, and you got one for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You got nothing.
That bought the Nintendo Labo with the cardboard and stuff around it. Excellent.
My game doesn't work.
I feel like there's a literacy problem with like, in terms of patience, the patience it takes to read something, to like sit there, look at the package instead of just like grab and go. And we've all been guilty of it, but some people have it harder than like others.
No, I wouldn't say I've done that. I would say that I've literally read the box. I mean, with the Zelda thing, I did read it and then I just forgot. But yeah, no.
I overread everything.
What, Alec?
I said I'm the type of person that grabs and goes.
Yeah, but you don't get pissed off about it later. You're like, oh, well, okay, and here's somebody's Christmas present for next year.
That's not what he was talking about.
Nope.
No.
But yeah, I think
he wasn't talking about shopping.
I think it's more of a like. There's a lot of people that are buying things like that just don't like. Even if they took the time to read it, they don't know what they're looking at. So like, yeah, they could read the back of the box, but it doesn't mean anything to them because they're not educated in the thing. You know what I mean?
The lingo, the
Like it
jargon,
does the Mario. Like that's what they know.
Does it have
So.
the carts with the Marios and the
Right.
brothers?
I have one more question. Sean, are you going to buy one of these Nintendo 2 Switches and never play it?
What's probably going to happen is I'll buy the Switch 2 and just never open the Switch 1. I'll
Fair
keep
enough.
it for collector's purposes. Because I mean,
Look, I will send you
it
my
does everything
address.
that the first one does. So like, there you go. You know, just think about it. Think about like, imagine if you had a brand new sealed NES system right now. That thing would be worth so much money. So like, why not? It'd be crazy. I don't think I've ever even seen or heard of like a modern sealed NES system. That's how rare it is. There you go.
Sealed
Is it
NES
worth
system.
anything if you can't play
Are
it?
you checking eBay?
Yep.
It's probably like $20,000 or something.
Let's see. I'm looking.
No, but well, while you're looking, Halo might be coming to PlayStation sooner than expected. Leaker Nate the Hate recently leaked some information about the Switch 2 being announced on January 16th, which was correct. The same source also stated that Microsoft plans to release the Master Chief Collection on both PS5 and Switch 2 sometime soon.
Good.
So it's credible source. So I believe it. We're probably going to see, and plus it makes sense for this to happen anyways. I figured it'd take a little bit more time than this.
So that just points out how bad Halo got, because now it can go on a Nintendo Switch 2. You're like, what?
What do you mean?
All right, so when you think of new games and all that, is it going to be able to be ported onto the Switch 2? It's like for us with Resident Evil 7, when that finally came out for the Switch, it was just like that was years later, and it was dumbed down pretty much, right? So, saying with the Master thing, it just points out how terrible the Halo got. That like, it can go on the Switch too, because yeah, the graphics were not impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it all depends on how powerful the Switch 2 is going to be. And honestly, like, yeah, you are right though. Like what was it, Halo Infinite?
Yeah.
That game looked like shit.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's a collection of things. Like the IP isn't that valuable anymore. Microsoft's just in a position where they want their stuff everywhere. They want to be a platform rather than a publisher. So it's just like all the stars are aligning for this to happen. But it's kind of a little like too little too late kind of a thing, because like how many people still give a shit about Halo at this point?
I'll tell you one thing. I was like, I'll be happy to see the Halo on the PlayStation 5, because then I can play with you guys. Well, I can see me and Jazz playing it, and that's good. And it also means there's even less reason for me to buy the next Xbox, because like it's just gonna be on there. Like,
well, your PlayStation is an Xbox. You have an Xbox.
Yeah. So it's just like I was right to ditch the Xbox after 360. That was its one good console.
Yeah. Yep. It sucks. But yeah, you're going to be playing Halo on your PlayStation if you choose to do so. Yeah. So the director of The Witcher 3 has left CD Projekt Red and is making his own AAA open world RPG called The Blood of the Dawnwalker. Aside from a new trailer, which was just released, not much is known about Dawnwalker, but it appears to mix elements of The Witcher 3 and other IPs like Assassin's Creed. The upcoming game is said to be the first part in a series of games that take place in a medieval world overrun with vampires. The protagonist, Cohen, becomes infected, gaining vampiric powers while still remaining human at heart. When we take a look at the trailer, looks really cool. In case you forgot.
Must be here somewhere. It's right. Lunka! Don't hurt her! You gave us quite the chase, young. Please, sir. She's just a child! Ah. Roderick, remind me. Did I make an exception for children?
No, sire.
No. That would have been foolish. Would it not?
They spread the plague just as well as adults.
And there's only one way to stamp out this sickness. No! Not just a runner, but a fighter, too. Had we met under a different moon, things might have ended. Lunka!
My sister. She needs help fast. Please, let us pass through. I beg of you. Please. Please. Don't know. How? I am life. I am death. I am everything in between. I have been watching your little valley. Pestilence.
Huh.
What do we think?
It looks really cool, but I'm confused because I was like, okay, so he's gonna like turn the girl into like one of those vampire dudes, and then you're gonna be playing as her or like whatever, but you're still playing as the dude who's now has powers somehow. What?
I mean, they didn't show. I'm sure there's more to the story there. He
Yeah,
probably gets infected later, but yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
also-
pretty cool.
looks awesome.
That's wild. It's kind of a neat concept, sort of like making a deal with the devil, kind of a theme.
I like the way the vampires look too. They're really cool. I hope it's good. I mean, it's got good people behind it, at least in terms of the director. Hopefully, he brought some of the developers and like script writers and stuff over with him. Because if it is going to be like a deep narrative-driven game, so yeah, which is always good to see. And if they handle it the same way they did The Witcher, it's going to be really, really good.
I don't think it's going to be my type of game, to be honest, but I was watching that and thinking, huh, okay, so the vampire had the ability to kill the guy riding a horse from fucking distance. So if they had the ability to do that, so why didn't they just do it at the start?
Theatrics,
Mm-hmm.
brutality.
Yeah. Maybe his MP meter was low. He had to drink a potion. But yeah. And finally, just as a real quick one, there's an Until Dawn movie trailer that's been released. Apparently, the story is being changed for the movie, adopting a Groundhog Day approach where new character Clover is reliving the same night over and over again as her and her friends are killed repeatedly in increasingly gruesome and disturbing ways, apparently. So we'll take a look at the trailer.
I'm looking for my sister. Does she look familiar to you?
She's gone missing.
I didn't say that. Do a lot of people go missing around here?
Up the road. That's why people get into trouble.
Those were the first people here in years.
Looks like it too.
Weird.
That's my sister's signature. Oh, shit.
Guys, check it out.
What happened to these people?
Where's my car?
Where's Megan?
Megan stole your car.
What the fuck just happened? We all got fucking murdered. And now we're here again.
So the night is just gonna repeat itself.
I don't remember that happening last time.
Holy shit. Every night, something new is trying to kill us.
What is that?
How many more deaths do you have in you?
Nobody's made it past 13 nights.
If we want to survive, we have to make it until dawn. What is that?
I'm just gonna grab it. Don't move.
Yeah. Oh, what? Is it gone?
Yeah, it's gone.
What?
It's still in my face!
I laughed so hard when I saw that part earlier when I watched the trailer. It's still in my face. So I'm glad you brought that. You brought it up because I wanted to talk about that. It looks like an awesome movie, but it has nothing to do with Until Dawn whatsoever, except for like the resemblance of the like Schmeagol dudes.
Yeah. The Wendigo.
And they said Until Dawn.
Yeah, whoa, gotta
And the
throw the
guy
name out
who
there.
the guy who played like one character in the game, who voiced him, is like the dude who works at the store.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's it.
Yeah, I feel the same. It looks like if it wasn't Until Dawn, it looks cool, but like, why?
I still want to see it. It looks like
I
it
do
gets cool.
too. It's just weird. Like, why? Again, they're just using the name like to pull from that audience to get more sales. So it's like there's no reason they couldn't just call this something different, and just make a new IP.
After Dawn.
There you go. The
Does
day before the
anybody
day with the dawn.
Another
1
Dawn.
minute before Dawn.
anybody
Dawn,
remember
keep on.
the Okay. In the early 2000s or late 90s, there was a movie called I Know What You Did Last Summer. And I think it starred Sarah,
Michelle Gellar.
yeah, her. Anybody remember it?
Yep. Who doesn't
Mhm.
remember I Know What She Did Last Summer?
Never
Okay,
watched
well, it was a book first, and it is the first example I've ever seen of that, where it basically only resembled the absolute vaguest amount of the book. Basically, that's it. That's just what it reminds me of.
That
That
did
is
remind me at all of that movie.
no, just the fact that they take a title and just slap it on whatever they want. You know what I mean? Like that.
Resident Evil Village.
I guess it's just extra weird when like the game already felt like a movie, like it's very cinematic. So like to take that into the movie department and just completely change like random things just seems like a weird choice. Like I understand things getting lost in translation or like change from like book to movie or book to game or something like that. I still feel like you should stay true to the source material, but like things can get lost because the medium is so different. But when you're literally taking two things that are almost the damn same thing at this point because games are so cinematic at this point, like how do you lose so much content along the way? It's just weird.
Yeah, I feel like they if they had said like inspired by or based on,
Yeah,
then they would have been fine.
yeah, I
And
agree.
like it kind of feels like they tried, like they started with Until, they were like, let's make an Until Dawn movie, and everybody's like, yeah, let's do that. And then
This is boring.
along the way, like everybody involved was like taking things or ideas or heading towards the direction of like Man of Medan and that series, because it feels a lot like it switches to that kind of game where like you're playing that game and then like everything restarts and you got to do different things and everyone's doing their own thing, and like it doesn't feel like Until Dawn anymore. And if they had named it, like you said, something else, would have been fine, because it would have been like inspired by that and by the Dark Anthology or whatever. The
Yeah, why
dark
not just call it a dark pictures anthology or whatever? Like
Dark Dawn.
it's an entry in that series or whatever, and then it would have made perfect sense.
Darkest
I wouldn't even
Until
question
Dawn.
it.
Until Dawn.
It's weird. It's just a weird choice.
Yeah.
And anyway, but again, Until Dawn is a bigger name than the Dark Pictures Anthology or whatever the fuck it's called.
Well, they could have named it a Dawn Anthology.
Wow.
From the makers of Until Dawn.
Perhaps they should call it Dawn, Dawn, Dawn.
Oh my god, shut up.
That would have been great. That would have been amazing. Dawn, Dawn, Dawn. Nobody would have gotten it. They were like, it's a stupid name.
All right, Jazz, it's your turn. Trailer segment.
Ah! Hello, everybody. Where's the picture?
Hello.
Hellisus. I'm here to talk about Helisus.
Your Lord and Savior.
Helisus, have you heard of the good word of Helisus? Hell is Us is it's actually a game that I saw the trailer of it a few years ago because it was originally set to release in 2023. Did I say Helisus? Hell is Us. I'm confused myself. But it was pushed and it is now scheduled to come out early 2025 for both consoles and PC. It's a third person. Hell is sus. It's a third person action adventure game, and it combines intense melee combat with exploration. You explore a semi semi-open world to find answers to your questions, face mysterious creatures along the way. According to IGN, it has a focus on exploration and investigation, and as mentioned, tense melee combat. It's shaping up to be a distinctive sci-fi action adventure. Aims to separate itself from other adventure action games by emphasizing on that investigation. The way I wrote that word, investigation, which actually is a pretty sick word because it is an investigation game, and discovery, ushering you to get lost in its weirdness. But one thing was said to be really clear by the devs and also by the IGN playtester. Hell is Us is not a Souls-like game, although it has been stated like, oh, it looks like another Souls-like. It does look like it could be, but as playtesters have commented, it is not another Souls-like, and it is not an open world. It's semi-open, but it is not an open world.
Shocking.
Yeah, it does look like it would play like it, just by like the trailer that you'll see, and there are gameplay videos, there's like 15-minute gameplay videos that are out, if you want to look into it a bit more, but it's been stated not to be, so that's a little cool, but I still am pretty excited. The creatures in the game you'll see in the trailer resemble that kind of like figure in the rock that you see in the back there. They're like these white creatures. Their faces have like kind of a hole through them. They look kind of spooky.
They're holy.
They are holy.
Hell is us.
Their
Holy.
heads are empty. Helisus. It's a hostile world where the civil war is dividing the country and the region is suffering from a mysterious calamity, which gave rise to supernatural creatures that no modern weapon can defeat. You have a drone and your sword from a different age, which are your faithful allies as you cut a path through the lands infested with terrifying chimeras, and you try to unravel the mystery of their appearances. You don't have a map, you don't have a compass, and there are no quest markers. So you have to follow your own instincts as part of your adventure, which helps you enjoy a unique experience. And it uses innovative writing and level design to let you make your own decisions and follow your instincts. As mentioned, as you explore, your discoveries are yours alone. So that's kind of cool. No hand holding, Sean. Something.
It's funny. It sounds like the Mad Max thing that I was talking about.
Well, there you go.
Handheld. I would be lost now. No.
See, and there's pros and cons to it. Like having a big ass open world and shit
Having
like
a
that.
big
Like
ass.
I understand like the need to kind of direct people, just to certain areas, or you're never going to get through the game. But it just like it would completely change the experience if they just kind of throw you into this big environment, and like that's the experience. Is you explore. You run around, you figure things out, you find things, you don't find things, whatever. Just like that's the game. But like when you have this big world and it's like, go here, now go here, now go there, and go to this green icon and pick this up, and then go over here. You know what I mean? Like it's so like so mindless, and it just destroys the experience of what that could really be, because like that should be what you're doing. Like you're in this big world to explore and like just randomly come across things, and like, oh look, I've been fucking driving around for like an hour and I finally found a camp. You know what I mean? Like that should be what the experience is.
Yeah.
But it's always go here, go there, go do.
Yeah.
Go
It would be like I would not enjoy Horizon Zero Dawn if it gave me such a huge world, and then it was like it does give you like the quest markers, but you can turn them off. And it's like if it just told me like, okay, follow this line to this next place, I wouldn't enjoy it as much. At that point, you might as well just like put invisible walls to stop me from being able to go places, because what's the point of giving me a wide open world and then just like hold my hand and pull me towards where I have to go? I want to be able to climb those mountains to like places I should not be able to go, and then jump down and find random things like flowers that you can pick on top of a mountain. They put that there because they knew you were going to climb that fucking mountain and go get that flower as a collectible. You have to go find that shit. They don't tell you it's there. So I like that. And then this game tells you flat out before it's even out, no map, no compass, no quest markers. Have fun. Go play outside. You stop crying, stop watching TV, go play outside. Also, don't get killed by those things. Another little bit here. You have swords, spears, and axes, and a wide range of weapons forged specially for fighting these supernatural creatures that are available to you. You'll need to learn how to fight these monsters and use your drone wisely to stay alive. So you've got a hostile world, a unique exploration system, and combat against original creatures. It's third person, so I'm already happy about that. Because I don't like games like this with the bigger world where it's first person, because you don't get to see as much of the surroundings. I've mentioned my reasons for this so many times, but yeah. Yeah, and we've got the video for the trailer. Now I'm pretty sure there were two different sources that I could take this video from, and it's either sourced by IGN or by PlayStation because I forgot. I believe it's sourced by IGN, but it could also be sourced by PlayStation.
Oh, Xbox.
Everything's Xbox.
I don't
I have
remember
a
when it happened,
PlayStation.
but I remember how I felt. Father told us to hide when they came to our house. Then they took him away. Mother said I couldn't play outside anymore. Everyone had fled. She said the country was sick, but we would be okay. Mother always said monsters didn't exist. I thought they lived under my bed. We were both wrong. They live inside our heads.
Jesus.
Is that supposed to be a new trailer?
It's the reveal trailer. It was
Okay,
released
yeah.
a few months ago.
Yeah, we watched that. It was in
Did
the
we?
news. Yeah.
Oh.
It looks really cool.
Yeah, but we might have watched the IGN back, and now we can watch the PS.
Now we have the PlayStation.
There was a few years ago. There was the trailer that they had at the whatever PlayStation event thingy. It was more like a teaser trailer, but this one was released a few months ago.
It could be extended. Maybe that's what it was. Because I think it's been quite a while since we watched it. So yeah, it was probably maybe just a smaller version.
I think I probably would like it more, but without the drone. So if I play it, I'm just going to ignore the drone. It's like, fuck off.
Shoot it.
Yeah.
I think the drone helps you also locate like other people or something.
Fuck that shit. I'm just going to go around stabbing shit.
I like the they made me think of the nurses from Silent Hill. Like I like the dudes. The developer, because it's coming out for consoles. I haven't found anything on whether it's gonna be physical or not. So hopefully it will. But because there's pictures of like the covers, but sometimes those are fan made, so I can't really go by that. But it will be on consoles and PC, and the developer has mentioned. Let me just go over here, so I don't want to get it wrong. I thought I had put it here. Jesus. Sorry, bear with me for just a quick sec. Oh, I wrote hell is sus. God damn it, Shayla.
It's spreading.
Shayla's fault. Doesn't have an actual release date soon yet, but it will. So Jonathan Jacques Beltate, the creative director, has stated as a quote, "The central theme of Hell is Us is that human violence is a perpetual cycle fueled by human emotions and passions." So the fact that like the little kid in the video said like, "I thought they were under my bed, but they were in our head." Like, I feel like it's gonna be really trippy. So I think I don't know. I'm excited. I'm more excited. I'm pretty sure I was excited back then too.
Did you have the developer and the publisher? I can't remember who it was. I don't think it's anybody that I know.
Rogue Rogue Factor is the developer. They did Mordheim. Mordheim, City of the Damned. I've never actually played that game, but Necromunda.
See, that's my concern is like there's so many developers out there like that make just like indie games or just PC games that get ported over. Is it simultaneously releasing on console and PC, or is it getting ported over? Does it say?
It just says it's releasing on all of them. So okay. I think it's all at once. And the publisher is Nacon. Nacon has published a lot of things actually. Blood Bowl, Test Drive, Steel Rising.
Oh, really? Well, that's good. That gives me a little bit of hope. It's just like if there's that's good. Yeah, it's just if there's like a developer or a publisher that like haven't put anything out that had a physical edition up until this point, I just have a lot of doubts.
Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song.
Yeah, that got a physical too. Yeah, it gives me hope.
Yeah, Werewolf the Apocalypse, Earthblood. This publisher has published a lot of things that I've seen on physical.
Yeah, it's
a lot of racing games, tennis games for some reason.
Racing games,
Warhammer, Chaos Bane. Yeah, like a lot of like those like rugby sticks, Shards of Darkness, Hunting Simulator, Too Dark, Solitaire.
Wow,
I've heard of
they got to start somewhere.
Styx, the Master of Shadows. Like I've heard of Mordheim. I haven't played it, but I've heard good things. I don't know.
Yeah, it's cool though. I hope it has a physical. That's my big thing. My hype drops down substantially when there's no physical. You know me.
Yeah, I do. I do know you.
A lot of types going on.
Yeah.
What? I'm totally on mute.
You were typing very loudly.
Yep.
But yeah, Hell is Us. I'm sorry, I must have forgot that we showed it on the news.
No, you had a lot more detail about it when you were talking about it. And like I said, I think that was an extended trailer, so it was still good. All good. It looks really good. Hype.
Spooky.
Like have a physical release, and
I'll try.
Tell them. Give them a call. Call them and be like,
I have to have more coffee. Have a physical release.
Wow.
Poop.
Sounds like.
Just kidding.
Wow.
Yep.
It's terrible. All right. It's time for this.
Machinima.
All right, so this week's Machinima is the first non-comedy entry in the showcase. This one comes from Non-Player Cinematic, which is kind of that's a name that exists. It looks like they take videos and it looks like they take video games like cinematics and kind of tie them together with like cinematic gameplay elements to kind of tie the cutscenes together to kind of make either a show or a movie, so it all looks streamlined and you can kind of watch it like if you're watching a movie, which is a cool idea. I actually thought about doing something like that a long time ago. I like the idea of like, if you just want to kind of experience a video game story and you don't feel like playing it, you can just watch it as a movie. And what was it? Metal Gear Solid 3, I think, was it Substance or Subsistence? One of the two. They released a DVD of the game, and they kind of did that whole thing, but it was official. Like, it was the whole story of the game, but like all the cutscenes were tied together with like in-game gameplay, but like they kind of moved the camera around and they made it look more cinematic and stuff like that. So that's kind of what he does here, or they do. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, but yeah. So they just kind of take video games and they make them into movies, and it's a really cool idea. And I found it because I was trying to find something Tomb Raider related for Jazz, but there's no machinimas in the Tomb Raider universe. But I just kind of happened upon this, and it looked really cool. So we're going to take a look at that.
Yes.
Yet.
Gotta get out of here.
I thought you said this was non-comedy. Or like
It's a little funny.
Tomatoes.
I can do this.
But yeah, this is a new creator. It's only been around maybe like 6 months or so. And they pretty much just have a bunch of like trailers of things that they're working on. They're doing like Halo 3, Titanfall, a couple of Tomb Raiders, Prince of Persia. But yeah, it looks like they plan to go through like the whole game and just kind of present it in that kind of like cinematic movie kind of way, which is really cool. Not a lot of people are doing stuff like that. I've seen like there's websites out there that will kind of like just take all the cutscenes and then smash them into a video, and you kind of watch it that way. But I just like the idea of kind of using machinima to tie it all together into like a cohesive story. I think that's really cool. What do you guys think?
I think it's just becomes like a let's play without the narration. It kind of feels like that's what you're watching.
Well, you can't get the camera angles and stuff like that if somebody's just playing it. It's just third person game and you're watching their back the whole time.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it's like kind of like a let's play because you have like they're using different camera angles, but it's still like you're watching like a game through playthrough, I guess is what I mean, because it's still like they're still using the gameplay footage and having like the entire game. It's not just the cutscenes and the anime
Cinematics. It seems too close to the same.
Like I don't think I'd be able to sit through watching like an entire one, because then it's just watching somebody play the game but not actually watching them play the game. Like it's just like watching a movie, but it's still watching a whole game. And I have a hard time watching people play through whole games. I want to watch the whole game, but it's a cool concept. But for me, I wouldn't be able to watch it.
Well, it's like though, if you watch a Let's Play though, you're going to watch them like go into their inventory and slowly figure out a puzzle
Yeah,
and
it's true.
wander over here and get lost and running through like levels for hours at a time. Where like they're taking this and it's like they're focused, they know exactly where they're going to be going. There's going to be a specific path to cut down on time and to make sense. And what is kept in there is going to be presented in a way where it's like cinematic. There's different camera angles and filters so that you're tying everything together in a cinematic way. Like it's very different than watching a Let's Play.
I've seen both. I mean, I've not with this Tomb Raider, but I mean, I've seen the more cinematic, just the CG movies, or mostly the CG movies with the talking parts of the actual gameplay. It seems just too similar to that. The camera angles I maybe wouldn't even notice. You know what I mean?
I guess I'm picky
They're
about that
not
because like
so
if you're
drastic that I
just
don't see it.
jumping from cutscene to cutscene to cutscene, like it makes no sense. Like why the fuck are we in this room and now we're like on a boat? Like what the fuck is it? So like if you're like watching it as like a cinematic experience, like it's nice to have that context to figure out. And there's also things that get left out in video games. It's like there's interactions with certain characters, there's entire like boss fights and shit like that that you're not even going to know like what the fuck happened and how did we get to this cutscene. Like, oh, we went from this conversation to the main bad guy is falling down a cliff. What the fuck happened? You know, you could take those opportunities to go in, and you would want to reduce it substantially to continue the flow of the narrative. But you know, you put elements of the boss fight in there so that it makes sense and that it looks good, and then you're telling like what happened between the cutscenes to get to that point. That way you can actually experience it as a movie, as a full story, rather than, oh yeah, I watched all the cutscenes.
I think my point is that it's been done. That sounds really bad, but I mean, aside from the different camera angles, I've found the same. I've found that which you're looking for several
I don't know.
times.
For me, I think it matters because like if you are just staring at like every time there's gameplay, if you're just looking at the back of the character's head over and over again, then yeah, you're basically just watching a Let's Play. But like if it's presented as like a cinematic representation of like where the character's going, it's all the cutscenes are in engine, the gameplay is in engine, you know, mixing in the machinima elements tie everything together in a way that doesn't seem like a Let's Play, because I'm not just looking at the back of Lara going from A to B and then B to C. You know, it's cinematic. It's like the camera's over here, there's filters going on, you know, it just, the presentation can matter. And using machinima to do that, I thought was an interesting way to go about that.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it before. Like it is different than like a lot of people say like, oh, it's this game, the movie, and it's just like all of the cutscenes tied together.
Right.
But I've never seen anything like this unless, like you said, it's the gameplay with the back. So I'm not saying it's like a Let's Play. I'm just saying like it feels like watching a Let's Play because maybe it's a game that I've just played so many times that I just know the difference between the cutscenes and the Let's Play. And the like play time, but it just like it would still feel like, because you're in the end you are watching like from start to finish the whole game minus like the inventory and stuff. I like, it's a really cool like idea, and it's a really like, it's cool that they're doing that. It's unfortunate, like I feel like I'd have to watch it in batches. Like if they do it episodic, that'd be cool. I wouldn't be able to sit from start to finish because I've never been able to watch like Let's Plays, sit through like an entire thing of watching people play games, because it just like, I'm like, I want to play it. I want to play it. And if it's a movie, I'd have to maybe sit through one and see like if it doesn't feel like I'm watching someone play a game, if it really feels like I'm watching a movie, then by all means my mind can be changed and I'll be like, okay, yeah, I totally feel it now. So maybe I try. And what better way to try than to Tomb Raider?
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, it does have it. There is all that effort and so forth put into it. It still is worth, it still is worth the watch if that's what you're looking for. It's
Kind of makes me think of what you were saying about Mad Max too. Like being able to like have the camera set up in a theater mode.
Yeah, but it's very similar to that. It's like it's a completely different experience if it's like, we'll use Mad Max as an example. It's like, okay, well, you're at a camp and you're driving from one location to another location. And it's one thing to just be like, okay, well, we're watching from the back of that car drive from one point to the other. That's a let's play and that's boring as shit.
Mhm.
But you could take that same experience, and depending on where you're putting the camera, you can have side shots where the car's just kind of passing in the frame, aerial shots where you're kind of following and tracking across the desert. Like you can make it, if you edit it and chop it up and make cinematic cuts and camera angles, like you can showcase something that's normally boring as like getting from one place to the other, and you can make it interesting for the sake of the story. Like you don't have to watch, the character go from one place to the other, but sometimes it is nice and important to have that context, because like I said, like if you have characters in one cutscene in a completely different location, and then literally the next second they're somewhere else, for like, maybe some people don't care about that, but that bugs the shit out of me. Like when I'm making machinima, like I do kind of teleport. Like people have called me out on that in terms of like, oh, you went in this door and now you're in a weird place. And the reason I do that is because like that stuff does matter to me, because I notice when it's like, if I just go from here's a cutscene to another cutscene, or like talking constantly, and we're never talking about like how did he get from here to there, that bothers me. So like I make a point to be like, okay, well, the cutscene ended. Now we're going to travel somewhere. We're going to go to this door. Maybe that door doesn't go to where it should because I edited it. But in my storytelling, it's important to me to see the character and the conversation travel somewhere and then wind up in another conversation, rather than just go from cutscene, like conversation to conversation with no context. To me, that matters. So for me, like, I really appreciate stuff like that. And that's not going to be for everybody. Not everybody's like that. But as somebody that is like that, I really appreciate the effort and the detail.
I mean, how many times in Revelations did Jill just go through a door and then come back through the same door and it was another place?
Yeah.
Many times.
But at least she went in a door and we didn't just teleport.
Sometimes she just turned around and she'd like, I'd flip from one room and I'd make her turn and I would transition to a different room because I wanted her somewhere else.
It's Disney magic.
So
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not for everybody, but I thought it was cool.
I wonder how they did that. Like, I wonder if it has that feature on the PC for Tomb Raider when you have like the studio mode or something for camera mode. How they have the camera.
That's probably just modded.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, I've never seen a game have a feature like that. Mad Max is the only time I've ever. I mean, they might exist in other games, but I've never seen it before. It's very unusual.
Yeah.
All right. It's time for some gams.
Fucking NPCs. If I could play as them, I'd make them walk in front of incoming traffic.
Incoming.
Yeah. Alright, so we know how to play this game, don't we? So tell me who the character is in the background.
Okay, well, the NPC from image A is Jafar as a snake from Aladdin.
Might take people a bit longer, but yeah.
Oh, I've played the shit out of that game. Throw apples at him. And 2 is Annette.
Is the background the Stanley parable or whatever the hell that is?
Yeah, so it's Annette in the Stanley Parable desk in B, so well done, B's done.
And then C, I think that's the Sims Grim Reaper.
It is.
And the
What's that, Miss
background
Assassin's Creed?
is
PUBG? No.
no.
I just-
What are all those icons? What the hell is that? It's probably a racing game like Horizon or no yeah, maybe Forza Horizon.
Nope, but it is a type of racing game.
What do you call Grand Theft? No, never mind.
Is it the Crew?
No.
Burnout Paradise.
There we go.
Hey, we got there.
Burnout Paradise.
It's a background from A.
Yep, that's the last one you gotta get.
The background for A is Metal Gear Solid.
Oh.
I thought you already got that.
No, I just got Jafar.
Well.
There you go. Did that.
Yay!
Perfectly. Yeah, good job.
It was the first time that there was like an old school one that I actually knew. Well, two, but Annette. It's old school, but not old school.
To be honest, the only reason why I thought of Aladdin was because it was sitting in front of me. So.
Nice.
You mean this shotgun? That's not Aladdin. God damn it! Why do I just grab the first A? You mean this shotgun?
Yeah, but I got the better case.
That's the second time I do that. I just grab one with the A or with the first letter, and it's not the right game.
All right. So next one is a new game called Rudely Interrupted.
Rudely Interrupted. In this game, an AI voice will read out a quote from a video game character. But to make things harder, some of the quote will be rudely interrupted by toilet humors and other weird sounds. Your job is to identify the video game character that said the original quote, or if you can't, simply name the game it comes from.
Oh dear.
I only just picked up it said you job, not your job.
What if the quote is the toilet humor?
No.
It's okay, so there's 3 ones and then there's a machinima at the end. So, all right. So I will just kind of explain it a bit more. So it's a quote done in the AI voice, but some of it is replaced by stupid sounds, pretty much. So it's redubbed over. So, all right. So here's the first one.
Quote 1. Ha ha. So you made it this far, not bad, but I'm not letting anyone leave my town. Everyone's gonna.
Is that Brian Irons from Resident Evil 2?
It is Chief Irons. Here's the clean quote.
So you've made it this far. Not bad, girl. But I'm not letting anyone leave my town. Everyone's gonna die.
All right, next one.
Quote 2. I loved. My cock is in your bum during a battle.
No.
There's nothing like the feeling of slamming a long bullet into a well-greased chamber.
I have no idea.
You have played it. Don't know if Carmen's played it. Sean definitely has played it. I played it. The fuck.
Do it one more time.
Quote 2. I loved. My cock is in your bum during a battle. There's nothing like the feeling of slamming a long bullet into a well-greased chamber.
I want to say it's a Metal Gear, but I don't know who would say that.
Well, if it's a Metal Gear, then it's Metal Gear 1.
My cock is in your bum during a battle. There's nothing like the feeling of slamming a long bullet into a well-greased chamber.
Is it Sniper Wolf?
No.
Is it Naomi?
No.
Oh, is it Ocelot?
It is Ocelot. Here's the clean one.
I love to reload during a battle. There's nothing like the feeling of slamming a long silver bullet into a well-greased chamber.
Is that the first one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's like if you said I played it, that's the only one I played, so it's got to be the first one.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you lie.
All right, next quote.
Quote 3. If I had a coconut for every time said something like
What?
Quote 3. If I had a coconut for every time said something like
I got nothing on this one.
Narp.
I'd say Jazz has probably played this one, maybe.
I've probably played this one, maybe.
Yeah.
I want to say The Lion King, just because.
Quote 3. If I had a coconut for every time said something like
I have no idea.
All right, let's see if you get it from the clean quote.
If I had a coconut for every time some lunatic said something like that.
Is that Lara?
It is. It is Lara Croft from Angel of Darkness.
Darkness.
Yeah. And the very last one.
Chaz is mad.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
If I'm gonna miss a Tomb Raider game, then it's gonna be Angel of Darkness.
That's why I said maybe. Okay. Last one is a Machinima quote.
Machinima quote. I apologize for our last. It won't happen again. Now let's get back. I believe we left off with Clarice. Mother.
Jesus.
This is going to be a fun new game.
Just rars, yes. Alberta done shat herself.
And one more time, just for fun.
Machinima quote. I apologize for our last. It won't happen again. Now let's get back. I believe we left off with Clarice.
God, it's so nasty.
Yeah.
Mother.
It's a big shit.
An original one.
I apologize about our last transmission. It won't happen again. Now, let's get back to order. I believe we left off with Clarice. Mother!
What? I did that because it
That's
just happened.
episode 3, isn't it? No.
2.
That's 2. 3, she breaks the fucking vial.
Oh.
Ow!
Alright, that's the games.
God, Alberta. I love that her name is Alberta.
Canada.
Losers.
Let's do read your comments unless someone else had a game. No? Okay. Yeah.
Read your comments, damn, read your own comments, motherfucker.
Alright, so all the comments
It's just
come
one
from,
of those days.
Here's what you get with the Ward production video. So comment one from X Epic Yoshi X 59825989999.
Minutes.
Just rolls right off the tongue.
Yeah. You should re-edit the previous episodes. They look so tiny on my screen.
Make them full screen.
You should get a bigger phone.
Watch it on the TV.
Watch it on the telly, yeah.
Question 1. Do you think you'll be able to redo all the older episodes to the very same timelines? For example, when you went outside in the church, the villager goes down and the dramatic music goes like, "Ah."
I mean, that's the goal. It's going to be really hard, though. Like, some of it'll be fine, but there are certain situations like that one that I don't like. I'll probably be able to come close, but they might be a little bit different.
Shoot the barrel, Leon. Shoot the fucking barrel. Okay. Question 2. If you can't completely copy all the jokes, would you come up with different ones for the remake episodes?
You know, I'm on the fence with that. Like I've been considering rewriting some things and adding additional stuff, but it's one of those things that like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Like I feel like the more I go in there and try to clean things up and like move things around, the more people are going to be pissed off about it. So there's going to be some of that in there. I'm not sure to what degree at this point because I'm still kind of fighting with myself as to how much I want to tinker.
Okay. And last comment, this is from 4Grammination, whatever. Hannigan, I've been trying to call you for click. How good does it feel to hang out with someone on annoying people?
There you go.
Pretty damn good.
Wow. Oh yeah.
Oh.
This has been episode 225.
Oh no, I'm on the
gone.
bottom.
He's gone.
Oh no, the order's all fucked up. Oh no. All right, we're good.
Yeah, that's been Read Your Comments, folks. It was a easy one.
Are there
There you
hard
go.
comments to read?
Sometimes. This has been episode 265. Thanks for joining us, everybody. If you enjoy the podcast or any of the content at the Ward, please consider helping us grow by sharing our content, liking the video, and subscribing. You can also support us through patreon.com/thewardproductions to get exclusive content. Have a great week. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
No.